Hi, this is Shane O'Leary from Illegally Blonde. This is episode 4. We're going to be talking about Instagram today. My first 3 episodes of my how-to tips were all about Facebook pages. And as I said today, Instagram, we're going to be going through updating and editing information. We're also going to ensure that you have a business profile and you don't just have your page as a personal profile. And we'll chat about adding photos and stories and geolocations and the importance of having a business profile because you have a lot of added benefits. So here we are. I'm on my club page, and as you can see, I have my logo up in the top left. I've actually done 8 posts. I've got no followers because it's a training page, and I'm following 4 people. So when I go to my home button there, you can see all the people that I'm following. So we're going to be talking about our stories, and as you can see up the top, we've got my club logo and I've got your story underneath. Then we have the Daily Telegraph, Sydney Opera House, and if you click on those, they'll have little stories, animations, music sometimes. Sydney Opera House, let's see what's going on there. They've got some music, trying to fill in some time for everybody. So that's the stories, and they're great for standouts because as you can see, they're really catching your eye up the top there. So I think, you should really think about utilizing those, especially if you have something happening on a particular day and you don't really want to stick it in your feed, as in, here's your feed down the bottom, it's all looking pretty. You can always utilize the story. So as you can see, I've got my club page, it's a training page. I've got some information, I've got some hashtags. I've just got my own website in there. And then it says edit profile. There's no contact buttons there. And the contact buttons, they don't come with the personal profile. So that's when you'll know whether you have a business profile or a personal profile. Having a business profile is going to ensure that you also have some insights to the posts that you have. So here's a post that I put up, and as you can see, there are no insights. It's just the information that I've put up. And when you change to a business profile, I'll show you what happens. But let's go back to editing and updating our information. So I just clicked on edit profile there, and up it came. So I can change my profile photo if I want to, but you really need to make sure that you have the club logo. There's something that represents your venue. Username, you don't need to be changing any of that. Once you've got your branding right, you don't really need to touch the name or the username. The website, that's a great place to add links. So if you're referring to tickets to a show or a particular promo and you see people say link in bio, that's where you need to add that link. Another little tip before we move on is, as you can see on the page here, this our home page, underneath your club page is the category that we actually chose, which is social club. You can actually remove that, which will just tidy up your page. Go to edit profile again, and then just scroll right down to the bottom, and it says profile display. Click on the arrow there, and it'll bring up this page. So you've got your club page, social club. Let's remove that category and just tidy the page up. There you go, that's removed. It looks a lot neater and cleaner and a lot easier to read.
Let's talk about our stories. I have my feed here, and these are all the people that I'm following, so I can see all of their posts. But up the top, there's the stories. They're a great way to stand out in the crowd. Anything that you post on your story will only last for 24 hours, but you can have a little bit of fun with those. You can add text to photos, you can add some emoticons, some GIFs, hashtags. So let's just have a look at some of the ones that we have here. We've got the Daily Telegraph, we've got Where to Sydney, and here we go, we've got the Daily Telegraph. They've got a photo, they've got a GIF with the arrows going up and down, Where to Sydney. You can actually tap the screen to go back and see more if you've missed it. Some of these things are really hard to read, so you need to hold your finger on it to have a look. And it'll go right along all those highlights. If you don't have a highlight, if you don't have a story, yours won't appear up there. So it's great to have something up there every day, and you can add as many stories as you want. So as many pages as you want to your story. I'm just going to click to my story, and look out, it's going to get a little bit loud and crazy because I have put together a story and it has a lot going on. It's got a hashtag, it's got a sticker, it's got GIFs, it's got music, it's got lyrics, and it's got a menu.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours, damn right, it's better than yours.
Click along to the next one. Here's one that I set up earlier as well. I've got a photo, I've added some text, I've got a GIF there at the bottom, I've added a hashtag, and because it's relevant at the moment, I've added a stay at home. If I wanted to add another picture to my story, I just click the top button up on the left-hand side where the logo was, and you no doubt will see your face. I'm going to click a photo down there, and let's see, let's add a burger. As you can see, a date came up. I don't want that date. I'm going to hold on that and pull it down until I see the rubbish bin, and off it goes. I can move my photo around any which way I want to. There's a lot that you can do with the stories. I love the stories. You can get as creative as you want, but of course you don't want it to be too messy. You can add some text. Let's add $10 burgers. Who doesn't like a $10 burger? Then up the top you have the different fonts that you can choose from. I actually like the classic, but I go with the where it says the A, and it will take that colour that I've chosen and just put a highlight behind it. If you wanted to change the colours, there's a whole heap of colours down the bottom here that you can choose from. If I went with red, it would just change the colour on the background there. So let's go with red. And you can move that around anywhere you want to move it. You can put it at an angle. They're great to use. Okay, then we're going to go to where the square smiley face is, and we'll add a GIF because they're always fun. They stand out. They catch your eye. Let's just look for a burger, or maybe a burger. We could have it raining burgers, or we can have a cat chasing a burger. Let's do that. Because cats like burgers. I don't know why, but anyway, there it is. So we've got a $10 burger. We can send that to someone in particular, but we just want to share it to our story. So share to story, click the done button at the bottom, and there it is. We can go back, and there's our story.
My milkshake brings all the
Music, we've got Pasta Deal Friday only, and $10 burgers. Now the other thing that you can do is when you go back to your home page, you can actually save those stories. You can see here the circles halfway down the page, and these are your highlights. So if I click on your restaurant, you can see there's some of the highlights that I've already saved from previously. To add a new one, you just click the X, and we're going to, I'll just add $10 burgers just to show you. I'll click next. Now you can pick, you can call that burgers, and then you can edit the cover. So if you have a particular cover photo or you want to add there, you can change that because that just looks really messy. So it's really better to try and get something that sits nicely in that circle. So I'm going to keep that there, $10 burgers. It's called burgers, and I'm going to add that. So there you go. I've got burgers, your restaurant, and your team. And those highlights along the bottom there will change around as you update them. So use your highlights. Great way to use your story by adding photos, GIFs, music, and have your club stand out from the crowd. Thanks for watching episode 4 on Instagram. I hope you picked up some tips and tricks. My name is Shane from Illegally Blonde. If you have any questions, please email me at shane@illegally.blonde.com. www.thebrandingcoach.com.au. Bye for now.